Author's point of view. After Taehyung left his office, he went directly to the hospital. He had mixed feelings of nervousness and excitement. His mother told him that God has blessed them. Woke up, he didn't wait more words from his mother and directly said he will be right there. But when he is here outside of her ward, he didn't know how to face her. It was not like he had done some nasty things too, which can't be forgiven. What he had did was to ignore her and to make her work for him. But still, he felt guilty for these things. He vent his anger on her, but now he knows she was not at the fault to begin with. So it was really difficult for him to face her. This is not the time to think but face the situation. His and relationship has just started, so whatever difference came in between them, they can solve it if they forget how they got married and try to civil with each other. Then it will be considered just a normal arranged marriage where both the parties don't know each other, and over the time they will form their bond and understanding with each other. With all these thoughts in his mind, Taehyung went inside. Taehyung's point of view. I gather my thoughts and walk inside the room. The first person where my eyes went was the hospital bed, while my wife was lying on. Her eyes were open, which unknowingly gave me peace of my soul. She was pale as paper due to severe blood loss, but she was alive, which is indeed the great blessing to our family. By God, I altered my eyes from her and saw Mom and Dad, along with Rose and Aunt Ning, Jimin's mother, and Aunt Gina, Jungkook's mother, sitting on the side couch only. My mother was with her side. But when she saw me, she also walked towards others. I don't know when my feet land me to the bed of my wife, and I sit on the stool placed on the side of the bed. She was in deep thoughts and didn't notice me. Well, not until I take her hand in mine, which broke her trace, and she finally looked towards. I saw, I saw pool of emotions in his eyes. First her eyes went wide for the brief moment, then there was relief in them. I felt happy to see her reacting to my presence like this. So she take me someone close to her. That is why she was relieved to see me near her. We didn't speak for the long period of time. It was like we were reading each other through our emotions displayed on our faces. My eyes went towards her head and saw white bandage covering almost half of her head. My reins start to take me over again, but I stop myself because I can't let her see my this side. She's already disappointed in me as her husband. So if she watched me like this, she can't be more disappointed in me. I know she will not speak, so I broke the silence first. How are you feeling? I asked in the most gentle voice I could ever speak, but instead of answering me, she looked puzzled, like she was trying to process my words inside her little head. And honestly, she was looking adorable. I really want to pinch her face, but I know she will freak out by that move of mine. I have to make my place in her life slowly and steadily. I can't just behave completely opposite from before. That will sure make me a person with mental issue in her eyes. So let me slowly and steadily win my wife. She didn't give any answer, so I asked again, and this time I heard her voice, which was more like a whisper. Better, but my head is hurting. I frowned at her words. Her head is hurting? But I suddenly remember her wound on backside of her head. So I said again, you have injured your back head. There is quite big wound, so it may be because of that. You are feeling headache. Still, I will call the doctor so he could check on you. I said in calm voice to make sure she will not get frightened by me. I don't want to leave her side, but her health is also important. So I stand up to go and bring the doctor here. Also, I want to calm my mind for some time. Just facing her like this is making my mind mess. I really don't know how to behave in front of her. She is the first girl which makes me lose my control over myself. I asked the nurse which doctor is in charge of my wife and went the cabinet of the doctor. I knocked on the door and went inside after hearing, come in. I might be CEO of my company and I can do anything I want, but still, I have to give respect to those who deserve that, like the doctor who saved my wife. I said I should give him respect, feel grateful of him. I might have all the money in my hand, but if he had refused to treat her, my whole earning was nothing in front of it. I walked inside and doctor was looking on some papers, maybe report of patients. He looked upwards to see who came inside and was shocked to see me. He hurriedly stand up and greet me. Hello, Mr. Kim. How are you? I was just looking at the reports of Mrs. Kim, he said as I walked towards his desk and said politely, please sit down. Our family is grateful of you and your team. If it weren't for of you, I don't know what would have happened to my wife. I said after I sat down in front of him, Mr. Kim, it is our duty to save life of people so you don't have to feel like this. Doctor said politely, still, if this hospital ever need anything, feel free to contact me. Please convey this message of mine to the HOD of the hospital. So what is my wife's condition according to report? I asked while looking at the reports. As I said last night, if Mrs. Kim could make it for 24 hours and get her consciousness back, then there will be no major problem to her. So you don't have to worry. These tests are normal. We did these just to make sure she is really healthy and don't have any problem. You can say it was just for precautions, doctor said in assuring manner. I was relieved by hearing this, and I remember her headache, so I asked the doctor about it. But doctor, she was saying she is having headache. If she is all right, then why she is having this? I asked in confused manner. Well, if she was all right, then she should be all right in all means. Well, about the headache of Mrs. Kim, it's not a major problem. Well, as you know, she had quite big wound on her, so it is normal for her having some headache. Until her injury is healed, don't worry, I will prescribe her some medicine. Then she will be not having any problem. Doctor said and write some medicine on prescription paper and gave it to me. Give her these medicine whenever she feel any ache or pain in her head. But Mr. Kim, your wife might not have any serious issue. But you still have to take care of her. She's quite weak, so make sure she gets proper rest. Especially make sure she should not get any stress, anxiety, or worry. It may cause her problem afterwards. Otherwise, she is perfectly fine, just needs some care. Doctor said when he gave me the prescription. I took the mental note of everything and said thank you and goodbye. Then walked out of the doctor's cabinet to get the medicine from Doug's store and then went back to the ward. Inside, only my mom and Rose. I think others have gone back home. I saw Rose sitting on her side and they were talking about something. More like Rose was talking and she was just listening to her. I put the medicine on the table cabinet and take out the tablet and said, Doctor said these are take these medicines then you will not have any headache. I put the medicine near her mouth, but she didn't open it. She was just looking at my face. Well, it was the first time I feel proud of having handsome face. I don't mind her staring at me, but she has to take her medicine. So I said again, "Open your mouth." She got back to her sense and her face turned in the shade of deep red due to embarrassment. Well, really, I think she shouldn't feel any embarrassment. Just looking at her own husband. We are legally married, so she have rights to stare at me. But I also not deny she look cute like this. Makes her more beautiful than she is. It shows how much of innocent my wife is. With so much difficulty, she opened her mouth. I put the tablet inside and helped her to drink water. I was really enjoying our moment, but Rose spoiled it by laughing suddenly. My little wife also gets startled by her sudden laugh and nearly choke on the water, which was in her mouth. I gave Rose an angry stare as I was patting my wife's back to make her feel better. But Rose is Rose. She didn't got scared by my angry look and said, "Oppa, you and Annie are looking like a male and female leads of some drama. You being a dominant CEO and she being your scared little wife. Both you will make good romantic couple in future." Rose said with dreamy eyes. It made me smile at her description of our relationship. I looked towards my wife to see her reaction, and here she took my heart again, with those rosy tint of her cheeks. She is damn innocent. How can someone like her even exist in this world? This world is too bad for her. She saw me staring at her like this. Her face got more red. She is such a shy creature. I bet if she was fine and could get up, she might have run away from here and hide somewhere nobody can see her this cute side. I hope this innocence always remain in her. I will make sure I will protect her from all cruelty of this world.